Hello, everyone. Just wanted to give you all an update on some conversations that have happened in the last 2 days. The St. Mark Pastoral Council met on Tuesday night, and the St. Paul Pastoral Council met last night to discuss the reopening of our churches for public worship. Both groups ultimately came down with very similar concerns and very similar proportions of people sharing those concerns. And I wanted to hear from the members, where are they personally with reopening our parish? Not only can we do it, but if we did open our churches for public worship, who would be willing as members of the pastoral council to show up? A lot of concerns and a lot of different opinions, but across the board, there is still, I would say, general hesitancy among the majority of our council members about opening our parishes to public worship. There's also a great desire for that to happen. Many people shared the need for public liturgy, the desire to be united with others in prayer. And so we want to make that happen as soon as possible, but also realizing that cases in our county have continued to increase, and a general sense of maybe needing a little bit more time before many of our members are ready to be back in a public space with others worshiping God. The two councils shared similar concerns. They came to similar but a little bit different conclusions. The St. Mark Pastoral Council decided that we're just not quite ready to make a decision on which day we will open and resume public masses, but we have set a date to meet on Tuesday, I believe May 26th, to have a conversation together again about where we're at and what is the state of the virus. The St. Paul Pastoral Council is likewise going to meet in a couple weeks as well to update ourselves on a conversation about the situation of the virus. But they did decide to begin moving forward like we are going to celebrate Mass on the weekend of the Pentecost, so Sunday, May 31st at 10 a.m. So currently right now, that is what we're working towards. Both parishes, in fact, are working towards reopening. We have people cleaning the spaces. We are checking and making sure the facilities are ready to be used, and also looking over the protocol of what needs to happen when they are opened. Ultimately, that is where both parishes are at, so I wanted to update you on that. Other dioceses are answering the question in different ways. It's important to know that our neighbors in Owensboro, just south of us, while they are resuming public liturgy in a couple weeks, they have decided that for all of the parishes, even though when they open and people are invited to attend the Mass, they will not be distributing communion to anyone who attends. The only person who will receive communion is the priest. So that's an interesting situation that they have. They're still kind of monitoring things and knowing, okay, people can come in the space, but we just don't have a way to distribute the precious body of Christ in a safe way, in a healthy way. We have our own protocol here in the Archdiocese, and then we'll adapt our own protocol locally here to both parishes, taking pretty significant measures to restrict who is distributing the precious body, what sort of protection do they have for themselves and for others as they touch the body of Christ and hand that to others, even though in a dropping form. So we'll have all sorts of protocol developed to that. We're paying attention to what that will look like. It's just important to know that other dioceses are answering the question in different ways. Other parishes nearby us are answering the question in different ways. I did talk to Father Steve, and they're having a conversation with St. Michael and St. Pius about what they are ready for and what might happen. And once they make a decision, I'll also be in conversation with him. I think the ultimate conclusion is to know that both parishes on May 25th and May 26th are going to have another conversation, look at our situation, ask ourselves where we're at personally, what has happened around the country and in our area over these next 2 weeks as we kind of enter into various phases of reopening the private and public sector, and then make a decision. But just to know that we are moving towards a specific date at St. Paul's, and St. Mark's is continuing to discern what that date might actually look like. I always feel like I haven't given much information. I apologize to leave you with perhaps more questions than answers, but I hope this update is helpful for you all, and you remain in my prayers, and I hope you have a wonderful day. God bless.